Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled A Near Full Rotation of Uranus. So what do we see here? Well, here we see an image, or actually a video, that has been put together by over 1,000 spectral images taken by the James Webb Space Telescope, looking at its near-infrared spectrometer. So that's the near infrared, the portion of the infrared that is closest to the visible part of the spectrum. And that is put together showing about 15 hours worth of continuous observation of Uranus. Now, the rotation period of Uranus is about 17 hours. So this is nearly a full day on this planet. Now, the video will run about 20 seconds, so we're going to play it and let it run here for a little bit so we can discuss it a little bit. And as the video starts, we see one image with the planet Uranus and its rings, and then it separates into two. So the one still image to the left shows the planet and its rings, while the one to the right shows the rotation over a period of time. Now we can see the legend down to the bottom there, which kind of tells us something about the lower and higher altitudes, that the blue are the lower altitudes that we're seeing within the clouds, and the red the higher. We can also see some clouds rotating there around the region of Uranus, and those are clouds within the atmosphere. Now, overall, the planet does not show a lot of detail. It's very bland and takes a lot of processing to bring out the detail in the visible portion of the spectrum. It just looks very pale blue, and that's about it. However, there's a lot more going on there, and it's actually a fascinating planet in that it is the one in the solar system that is lying on its side. Its polar regions will point toward the sun at times, so you can have a very extreme tilt of over 90 degrees, and it's actually 98 degrees, which puts the pole at certain times as it orbits pointing directly toward the sun. So that means that one side at those times is constantly facing the sun for decades at a time, and the other side is facing away from the sun. And that gives some very interesting properties to the planet, not only the unusual tilt, but how that can affect heating within the atmosphere and the storms and clouds that we see. And some of those we can see here today as we see those clouds as it continues to rotate on its axis. Now, one other interesting thing about Uranus is that it does have a magnetic field, so it gets auroral activity, but the magnetic field does not line up at all with the rotational axis. They are completely offset from one another. Now, that happens here on Earth. The rotational axis and the polar axis are not exactly the same, but they're relatively close. These ones are way off. So they're not even close to one another, and it even seems like the magnetic field of the planet is not generated deep at the center, but is actually offset from the center by about a third of its radius. And that could cause some very unusual things to happen here. So studying now with the James Webb Space Telescope is helping us to learn more about this planet that has only been visited once, and that was by the Voyager 2 spacecraft back in 1986. So that was our picture of the day, titled A Near Full Rotation of Uranus. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Happy Trails. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.